What's up guys, I'm Alex from Squish Gym, and today we are going to go and do another equipment review. It's been a while, I apologize, we've been busy, but let's start with something juicy that you guys probably haven't used before. This here is the Rogers Powerline Pendulum Series Reverse Glute Ham. It's basically a machine that permits you to change the hinge pattern, very similar to a reverse hyper, but with the body facing up as opposed to facing down. And I gotta say that the function of this machine is just amazing. If you guys are not familiar with Rogers Athletics, he is basically an engineer that has developed a series of equipment for young college athletes, and their Pendulum series in particular has been shown to be an extremely good series of equipment for either chest press, rows, leg presses, and other assortment of goodies. They have their standard line of equipment. Among the standard line of equipment, however, they have a few unique pieces that are not normally found in your typical normal Matrix or Techno Gym brands. One of those machines is this one. So the way that it works is that the individual puts themselves in the bench, they buckle up. The belt is very important because at higher weights, the body of the person is going to float up in the air. And then they engage their legs by pushing down on the pad here, and that elevates the weight. Take off the safety, they bend their legs all the way up and then extend all the way down. Now, when this is happening at an appropriate weight, the person is literally going to float entirely off the bench. The handles that are deposited beside the seat of the machine are invaluable for proper bracing and for being able to engage the torso in a brace-like manner. If you don't engage them, you basically just end up being bent against the belt without having enough stability at higher weights. It is a very unique feeling to use this machine compared to other hamstring machines. Honestly, aside from the comparison that I did with a reverse hyper, there's nothing like it, but this doesn't feel like a reverse hyper. It's its own beast. However, the benefits for training are really cool. So the main advantage this machine does, and the reason why we purchased it for the gym, was that someone who has low back pain, someone who has issues with spinal compression, someone who has issues with their knees can use this machine more than effectively for being able to train their hamstrings. And so obviously we have the option of using a seated leg curl if we want a very stable hamstring exercise. However, that mostly trains the hamstring at the bottom part of the muscle as opposed to the upper subdivision. This machine targets more that lower glute upper hamstring section, which normally requires either Romanian deadlifts or other form of hinges to be able to be trained. So this is a great machine to use on semi-beginners when they're struggling with normal traditional deadlifts. Secondly, it's great for older population. Older population really struggle in getting to the ground and up. And so a lot of traditional exercises from the ground, like for example, on the ground bridges or stability leg rolls, or glute ham roller leg curls. All those exercises are hard for older population to do because they have to get to the floor first. And then secondly, they normally engage their calves a lot because their hamstrings are kind of non-existent. So this machine is a good way to deactivate those distal muscles and concentrate the work more in the trunk of the body. The whole machine, its construction is done with 7-gauge steel. So it's very durable and it's heavy. This is built like a tank. You're not going to have any issues with how much weight you're going to put into it. So far, we've tested it with 400 pounds and works like a charm. I have yet to get a lifter that can do more than 400 pounds on it though, because the weight really gets heavy, especially once you pass the weight of the legs of the athlete. So for example, if you have a 200, 250 pound man or a 150, 180 pound woman, you can probably start with 135 pounds and it won't feel that heavy because the legs of the individual are going to offset the weight. But after that, the extra weight will be felt really incrementally as opposed to the first 90 pounds of the machine where it feels like there's nothing there. Well, If you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments below. I'll make sure to try my best to answer them. And I highly recommend this piece. Send Rogers Athletics a call and tell them you saw it at Squish. Have a good one.